Venom: The Last Dance. Before I'll give you my rating and my thoughts about this movie, this is the plot summary. This movie follows after the events of Venom: Let There Be Carnage and Spider-Man: No Way Home. Eddie Brock and Venom, on a run, face pursuit from both worlds. As circumstances tighten, they're compelled to make a heart-wrenching choice that could mark the end of their symbiotic partnership. That's a synopsis of this film. I'm giving you my spoiler-free review. Okay, how insane that Kelly Marcel, if you don't know her, everybody, she's the one who directed the very first 50 Shades of Grey film that is mostly famous for relationship and sex scenes, made her directorial debut in the Sony Spider-Man universe with the third Venom film, often considered as the final film in the PG-13 Venom trilogy, and somehow looks better than 50 Shades. Although when I do not talk about 50 Shades, we need to talk about this movie. Alright, enough rambling, let's make my thoughts. Alright, so, as you guys know already, from the filmmaking standpoint, and in my point of view, Sony's Spider-Man universe, especially Venom movies, are not that good in terms of character development, the storytelling, and the quality. But in terms of high entertainment value, Venom movies are my guilty pleasure. I always enjoyed Venom movies. I don't care what anybody says. And in my opinion, I find The Last Dance much more enjoyable, and I like this movie more than the previous two. Although the first Venom movie grown up on me, and Let There Be Carnage, not so much. But the one thing this movie did something special than most of the films on this universe is the emotional feel and its resonance. I love that. I didn't see that. I didn't know that. This movie is the only one that I cried at the end. No spoilers, because this movie, the title itself makes sense, because this was the final film in the Venom trilogy, and the feel that put onto it and the song choice they picked is powerful. That's something that I'm about to say thank you for Tom Hardy for carrying this universe. And I don't know if this could be, whether it could be a farewell to the Venom character or something uncertain in the future of the Sony Spider-Man universe. I would like to say Venom in this universe as a whole is amazing, from solid to amazing overall. Although there are some ups and downs as the plot progresses in these movies, the enjoyment of this is very entertaining. I don't care what anybody says. Yes, we understood. The film understood the flaws and issues and also shortcomings, but it doesn't care. The only highlight of it is just the chemistry between Eddie and Venom, the action scenes, and the chemistry. And those are the things that somehow worked. And this movie elevates that to a whole new level. Not particularly the best Venom movie, or not the best Marvel movie as a whole. But I'm damn sure that it's a solid ride, and I think a lot of people, you might want to see this. If you're a fan of the previous two, I highly recommend watch this one as well. I will rather watch this movie than the worst movie I've ever seen, which is Joker Folie à Deux. For now, I'll give you my rating. So for Venom: The Last Dance, I'm giving the action 3.5 stars. The action in this film is on par with the first and the second film, but this film is straight brutal, intense, and entertaining. I didn't see that coming for a PG-13 Venom film, but it works. It reminded me of Avatar: The Way of Water, but in this film as well. And while the build-up is decent enough, the fight scenes elevate that, and it became more enjoyable as I thought it could be. Comedy of this movie, I'm giving it 2.5 stars. The Venom movies are famously known for Eddie and Venom dynamic, and the humor never fails to deliver, and most of my theater are laughing about it, and here goes the comedy. In my honesty, the story of this movie, I'm giving it 2 stars. Sure, it's sloppy and it's a giant mess, as it is, predictably by everybody, but there are some things that I find myself interested, like Null and Centiphage's storyline, as well as the dynamic between Eddie and Venom during their pursuit, having one more adventure, before things might come to an end and a certain outcome. I like that, including the emotional resonance that put onto it. And yes, it's not that perfect in terms of filmmaking quality, but hey, make a solid story and gets the job done. Suspense, I'm also giving it 2 stars. No sent those creatures that were very deadly and terrifying that going to kill many symbiotes as they can. And also, we all know the certain outcome of what's gonna happen at the end of the movie, so it's entirely predictable at times. And lastly, the pacing, I'm also giving it 2 stars. It's a bit of a mess. The pacing is too fast. It's very rushed, and there are some missing aspects of what storyline they went onto. It just makes so hard to intrigue a lot of people of what this plot is about. For casual viewers who doesn't care about the shortcomings and they just enjoy there watching some of the entertainment and some silly stuff, I'm giving it B. For moviegoers like me, we all know it's a big letdown about the conclusion, but it's highly entertaining regardless. I'm giving it B. And critically, I'm giving it C. Overall, Venom: The Last Dance is a good film that is very overhated by a bunch of critics and audiences. And yes, it's too messy about its plot threads, too convoluted in pacing, and the overall premise is very difficult to achieve at the best film quality. But on its own merit, this film hits me in the feels of how to conclude the Venom trilogy in a solid note. From the bottom of my heart, thank you, Tom Hardy, for carrying this universe on your shoulders. I'm giving Venom: The Last Dance a 7.5 out of 10, and I will stamp on 2 sides. As for diehard fans who are hard to intrigue the premise, I recommend it to rent and watch at home, but thanks to this film's solid entertainment aspects and great action set pieces for Venom character and Tom Hardy's performance, I would recommend all of you to go ahead and watch the solid conclusion in theaters.